see, a lot of Hindus are very mixed up regarding the word Atman and the word Jiva-Atman. There's a big difference. Atman is spirit, pure and pristine, not quantifiable, impossible to put into words. It's the spirit that remains like that. It will stay like that, fortunately. Otherwise, it gets caught up. We'll catch it. We'll put it in a bottle and sell it in Sainsbury's. It remains always crucially invisible. It's not the weakness, the strength of the idea of spirit. But then we come to the idea of individual soul. Now here the problem arises. So the spirit, when it manifests itself, boom, appears in the human form, it kind of requires, if you like, a framework. The physical framework, and then underneath the physical framework, there's the mental framework. Look, you can't operate without it. So the physical makeup, mental framework, and behind the mental framework, there's something much more dramatic that human beings possess, which is like the determining faculty of the mind, the intellect. So you put things into boxes, induction and deduction, the logic. So the human beings come with this extra faculty. So first start with the physical part, the mental part, and this is where Descartes stopped. Descartes said, "I think, therefore I am." That's what my mind tells me. That's what I am. Full stop. And he said, "No, my friend. This is the beginning of your journey. Your physical being, your mental makeup, the intellectual capacity you possess, this determining faculty that links boxes and puts things into, allows you to make sense of the world, reality in front of you, links objects and events. This is again a part of your framework, and holding everything together somehow is something called the ego. If you didn't have the coordinating faculty, all your different systems will break down. They'll kind of work out of synchronization. But they're synchronized by this thing called the ahankar or the ego. And when you put the whole mass together, this is called Jiva-Atman. So the spirit which is pure and pristine and free, underpinning this, is saying, "Oh, I'm free and free." But when it comes through, percolates through this body and it's all limited, I'm just nobody, I'm just a little young man with orange jacket waving my arms. So it reduces me. So it's the Jiva-Atman, if you like, or appearance of the spirit as if it's embodied. This is a beautiful example I'll give you. I think this will answer your question. This is a beautiful example, again from Swami Vivekananda. He said, imagine, if you wanted to make sense of the spirit and why it appears in this human form, let me give it's a metaphor. Metaphor comes with a health warning. You can tear it up. Watch it. You must be philosophic. Suppose he says, you go to the seaside on a sunny day, and once in a while you have a sun out here in this country, and you're on the cliff of Dover and you're looking at the sea, and the sun is out, and you look at the sea, you see thousands of glimmering, shimmering kind of light on the surface of the earth, or surface of the sea. Things has come alive, the sea has come alive, look, they're going around. They appear, they disappear, they reappear, the sparks everywhere. It seems to come alive. And yet the spark you see at the crest of every wave is an appearance. The sun never came down to the sea. It's an appearance. In the same way, I see this beautiful Hindu philosophy. The spirit that I'm talking about, Atman, appears in all these forms, sparkling, dying, reborn, again with the same tendencies, going up and down like the waves. At every crest of every wave, you see the same spark, and yet the sun has never come down. So when you look at the wave, it can be quantified. You can say, this human being has only so much capacity, he's a dunce. Oh, this guy has got distinction in masters, good chap. So you can quantify, once it becomes, if you like, individualized like this, you can put quantity, saying this is a very clever soul, he's a kind of, suited for whatever. But when it comes to the spirit itself, that is unfathomable. It has to be that. If it becomes fathomable, if it can become quantified, we'll bottle it up and sell it. Spirit. Forget the other about spirit. You'll sell this spirit too. So it is crucially invisible. This is not its weakness. This is very strength, my friend. You are that. That's why the only language the Upanishad uses, thou art that, my friend. Thou art that. What you were searching for in all these aspirations was rediscovering your essential nature as something free, pristine and pure, perfection itself. And when you discover that, you achieved, if you like, the freedom that you're seeking. Otherwise, you feel limited, confined to this mind and body. Even my thinking is a confinement. I want to break free. This is a spiritual experience. Now, you see, I may talk like it sounds very flowery and, kind of poetry-like. In reality, when you see people like Vivekananda, you see they come to fruition. When he used to walk, people said, why, what kind of man is this? He walked with such dignity as if he owned the whole universe, and yet desired nothing from it. because he's the spirit. He doesn't require anything from it, because then he becomes a beggar. He's the master. And the aim of Hindu life is to become master. Master. You are the spirit, my friend. The lovely Vedantic, the Mahavakyas of Vedas, very nice. Aham Brahmasmi, I am the spirit. Tattvamasi, thou art that. If you like the third part, you don't explore too much, is consciousness. Spirit is the nature of consciousness that's percolating through your system. So it's not what you're conscious about. Consciousness itself is your essential nature, the spirit. There are different ways Hindus try to articulate the idea of spirit.
Free e-learning course in Hinduism. To register, please visit www.hindu-academy.com.
Talks on Hinduism. Sponsored by People Care. Encouraging caring for the elderly in their own homes. For more information, please visit peoplecare.com.